It's like, I'd rather, also I'd rather be healthy in another way, but it's different.
And so I got my first shot today.
Yes. How was it?
It was
And we're back.
We're back.
Hi everyone. We are back on another Halfway to Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a few weeks since we last saw each other, and we were like, we kind of got together to film the first few episodes, and then we were just kind of going be ahead of the game, because last time when we were doing this, we weren't that great at keeping up.
We were not.
So now we're back.
I know.
And we're a little behind, but still.
Yeah, but we're getting it together.
Today's kind of special because we're going out.
We're going out.
And it's not just like it's not necessarily just a going out. It's like
it's a celebration. It's a celebration.
Oh, yeah, we're celebrating our friend's 30th.
Yeah.
But for us, it's also we like to call it our big one. We like to call it our spiral day.
Yeah.
We don't get to have that many spirals often.
I know.
Why? Is it because we're 30?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I think we're finally just growing up.
It happened. So you guys are gonna get us at a good time because we're pre-gaming. We're getting the day the night started.
I'm so excited. Well, also I think it's so cool because from the last season, you would come pregame with me and film, and then you would go out, and then I would stay home.
Well, we would sometimes make plans to both of us go out, but
then I would cancel.
I'd
be like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not going.
Right, but I think once we get started and we get into it and we're together, we're like, no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go out.
And honestly, I think Jonathan and I thrive in a pregame.
Yeah,
like a pregame hates to see us coming. We love a good pregame at our favorite bar. And so for me to get to go to my favorite bar with my favorite man,
yes,
I'm so excited.
And we haven't been here in a long time either. Like, it's our bar. We already discussed it. This is our place.
I know.
And we're getting back for the first time in a while. So
I know. And I think I'm also so excited because I was like, fuck, I forgot to get cash. And then I remembered.
Yes.
Our favorite bar is now taking cards.
Yes. And then Tori was saying also, it's like the stars have to align for this.
I know.
Like, today has been kind of good. Like, me and my friend were just talking on the way here. We're like, today everything's like...
The vibes have been vibing.
Yeah, we've been checking all the boxes. Everything's happening. We have a really good episode. We have a lot of shit to talk about.
I know.
We have lots going on.
I think it was crazy. I was like adding all of this stuff of things that I thought were like what we needed to talk about. And I was like, oh my God, I have almost 3 pages of stuff.
I was looking at it and, I mean, a lot of it is things too that I was like, wait, are we actually going to say this? Are we actually going to discuss this? Because, last season we also said we were I was a little bit turned off by, sharing everything, obviously.
Jonathan we would film for maybe 2 hours and then our episode would be 30 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
So that's when I saw today's like Tori's list at least, like what she had, topics and everything.
I was coming.
She was ready to talk shit, and so it's perfect timing. So yes, let's get to it.
Well, okay, I really want to know. We couldn't talk about it last time.
Yeah.
I need to have all of the tea on your vacation from hell.
Okay, last time we couldn't talk about it because there was an audience. There was last year I went to Los Angeles, and you would think Los Angeles perfect summer. You're going to Disneyland. I'm with all my family. It's like we're also celebrating like my grandma's 80th, like lots of things going on. So we get there. It's I think where everything went wrong was me not wanting to go there in the first place, because I think it was also the beginning of summer. And that's
you were very back and forth.
Yeah,
I remember you were like, I'm gonna go, I'm not gonna go, I'm gonna go, I'm not gonna go.
It was that, but you also know where this state of mind I was in back then.
Yeah.
I think it was and we were gonna be around a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, a lot of it was gonna be a lot. So
I think it was a really big test for you.
Yeah.
And you honestly passed, if I say so myself.
I think I did, because the first thing I said here when I came back, I was like, we're planning a spiral. We literally planned a spiral day, like one of these, like days before I came back. I was like, I need my people. This has been the worst time of my life. And yeah, we just decided to get back, and we literally went straight to the bars and like
straight to the bars.
It was a good little weekend. But what happened was me just not wanting to be in that environment, and I think because it had to be with family. I think my family also didn't want me to miss out on certain things. But because I was also trying to stay sober, and I was also trying to like, this was before going into therapy, so I was also, you know, not in the best head either. It was not the right time. And so I ended up going to this place, and you know, it was just kind of what made it bad was really just the people around me. And I know it's on with family and everything, but it was really like family was the part of it that really made this whole trip like
hard,
miserable.
Yeah. And I think what sucks though is because LA is your favorite place.
That.
So do you feel like LA kind of like changed for you now, thinking about it?
Yeah. So I look back, and I think because of all the shit that happened, you know, and I was texting you constantly. I feel like I was out talking to you. I was like, oh, I want to go home. I think I was also telling you, I'm going to leave early. I know. Fly back. Like, it was just not being with the people that, you know, when I thought I was going to be getting all the support. I was in a vulnerable time too. So I was like, and this family that I always love seeing, love drinking with, love hanging out with. But when you go in there, and then it's like everybody's looking at you weird. Everybody's looking at you with like somebody knows something. Somebody has said something, and you know I had my reasons why I wanted to go sober. Why I had to go sober for a little bit. You know. So I think just getting in that environment, and then everybody just looks at you, and or people are like whispering, and like you walk into a room, and then everyone's stops. Like, yeah. So just having that.
You're like, is this fucking play about me?
No, literally, and like, and I remember, this is so sad and miserable, but like I remember like being at Disneyland, just like everyone's at Disneyland, my whole family's at Disneyland, and I'm just like on my own. I was with like my 9-year-old cousin, like both of us just walking the park, and then at one point he went back to his family, so I was just literally on my own, watching the lights, you know, getting on rides. So it kind of was a little bit
But that's also, I think, a moment where you like eat, pray, love, and you're like, I'm gonna have a fucking good time. I'm at fucking Disneyland.
You know, I tried, and I was thinking about it, but it was one of my last times that I was. It sounds so bad saying it, but it was one of my last times that I was like that I enjoyed being sober, because I was sober at Disneyland too. Yeah. So being sober, being at Disneyland, and being alone also kind of did help, you know, make it a fun experience. But just I was ready to come back. I was ready to come back. I was ready to hang out with my girls. I was ready to hang out with everyone here. And like,
I could not wait for you to get back.
I think it's gonna be different, and I think me and you should definitely go, because I want to override all the bad experiences. And just, you know, this is a whole new place. A whole new place, and I never want to go back. LA is not for me at the moment.
Not on the list right now.
It's Puerto Rico.
Oh.
It's Puerto Rico.
Oh.
And you literally showed up there. You were supposed to come out with us the other day, and then you're like, no, I'm going to the airport. I have to go to Puerto Rico. Like, hello?
I know. So, long story short, my goddaughter's mom was going to Puerto Rico with my goddaughter for spring break. Okay. And they were like, come. And I was like, I don't know, because at the time I was possibly going to Mexico. Yeah. So I was like, that makes no sense for me to go to both. No, like go to Puerto Rico, get off a plane, unpack a bag, repack the bag, go to the airport the next morning, go to Mexico. Yeah. And like the day that I was going to buy my flight to go to Mexico, like prices just went crazy, and I was like, that's not worth it. That's not worth it.
Especially spring break. It's like,
spring break, and the Puerto Rico prices had ended up dropping. And so my goddaughter's mom texted me and was like, the prices dropped, like I'm buying your flight right now. And I was like, what? And she was like, I'm buying your flight right now. And I was like, okay. And it was honestly the best trip ever. I am so obsessed with Puerto Rico. I don't know why people in like the upper like United States don't talk about it. And it is the United States, and I think that's
it. Yeah.
And but it feels like Mexico. It feels so Caribbean. You have all of the Caribbean products.
It looked very friendly. Like it just looked like a very
Everyone was so nice. The food was amazing. Oh my God.
I literally saw your pictures. I would literally tell you, like, send me pictures. I'm just living through your life. Like,
I did not want to leave, and I made so many core memories with my goddaughter that I hope she remembers.
Oh, she will.
But we went on like a boat day. We had like free drinks and like snorkeling and just like driving around. And also I think too, like, and I don't know if this is a fucking gimmick, but driving around and listening to Bad Bunny while you're in Puerto Rico,
it's just a must.
It's a must. And we had a Jeep
that is literally all about Puerto Rico. So
exactly.
Like, you just feel like that's it.
It was a vibe. It was a vibe.
Jealous of you. Was there any drama, anything going into it, or were you like expecting anything? You've never been, so I mean,
I didn't know what I was walking into, but I think when I got there and I realized like, oh, everything is Caribbean.
Yeah.
You know, or everything's like lifestyle. Mexico products, Caribbean products, and all of those things. So that was super cool. But I think it was also different to see like highways like 183 or like 35 and they look so like how they do for us, and I'm like, what? Like, this is so crazy.
Thinking about it as an island though, like you think about it and it's, you know, you don't think this,
right,
obviously.
You don't.
And when I was looking at all your pictures and stories, it's like, no, you're in a whole new, like, you're far away from a whole new world, like, but it's obviously also like not that far.
No,
here, so
I mean, the flight was okay. It was also oh my God, I mean, no tea and no shade. You got to get to where you got to go. And with all the airplanes crashing, Spirit has never had a plane crash. So I flew Spirit. And it was my first time flying Spirit. And honestly, like, I don't give a fuck.
No. You do it again.
I would do it again. And I had a Herschel backpack and I literally fit everything. And I was like, wow, I'm actually a backpacker. I'm actually a backpacker. I literally went to Puerto Rico with just a backpack and I was totally fine.
Wait, so did you unpack from Mexico or did you already have like kind of some stuff?
You didn't even end up going to Mexico, because
that was literally the plan, and then we were supposed to go out that one night, and then you texted me like, no, I'm going to the airport like the next day. Like, where do you have to go
and then I ended up going to Puerto Rico, and then I was like, it doesn't make sense to go to Mexico and everything. So
would you go again?
I ended up to Puerto Rico? Yeah. Oh, over and over and over again.
Is that your new vacation spot?
Yes, honestly.
What's the difference between, it's very obvious, New York and Puerto Rico, but like, what do you think would be the main differences for you at least? Like,
I think New York, I could live, like, I want to live there. Okay. You know, like, I want the city life. I want that. Puerto Rico, I would want a house that I could go to, but like Airbnb when I'm not there.
Once we're rich from this.
Yeah. I don't want to like Puerto Rico 365 right now.
Imagine living like half of the year there in Puerto Rico.
That's what I'm saying. I think I would like winter in Puerto Rico and then summer in New York. There? I don't know.
I feel like they also have like hurricanes, right? Like hurricane season. So
it's like from now until almost November.
Everything was good.
Yeah, everything was great.
Coming back was a little bit difficult. Didn't you have to like make
oh my God, so there is supposedly bad weather here, but you were like, it's fine, it's sunny and 80 degrees. We were circling around Houston, landed in Houston, how to get gas, come all the way here.
It's a whole, you go down
and
longer, right?
Yeah, but let me just say, and honestly, I just need to talk shit. I really need to talk shit for like 5 seconds.
Get it out.
Y'all, listen here. If this is your first time getting on a plane, you need to come correct. I am so tired of people not knowing how to travel. And it's not hard, babe. It's not hard. When you get there, you know that you have to take your shoes off, take out your laptops and tablets. You don't have to take out your liquids anymore. Don't worry about it. And then get your shit, go over there, put your shoes on at the chairs that are dedicated to you and your slow ass, and then you don't have to go to your gate to see that it's there. Go get your coffee, Go get your snacks.
Or don't be hogging it. Especially there's some where it's like they haven't even cleared the other people. They haven't even cleared like from other people, and they're just already trying to like get on top of somebody's. Hello?
And also, like, if you have kids and you're gonna get in line to scan your ticket, like, put your kids in front of you, give them their ticket. They have to hold their ticket. Yeah. Each of them, whatever, and then sit them down first. Like, sit them down first and then put your luggage up. I feel. Yeah. I feel.
No. I think kids, especially, I mean, it's with.
I think they should do, honestly, though, like a kids board. Like, board all the people with kids first, so the kids can like sit down and shut the fuck up. Or board your kids very last.
Yeah, they should put those in the bed. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess they could. Just put them in the board because they choose the boarding.
Yeah, they do.
But then also it's like.
Yeah.
No.
And I think also when you land, when you land, I cannot stress this enough. When you land, do not stand the fuck up. Do not stand up. Where are you?
Stand up.
If you are in seat 23A and I am in seat 5 and you are shoving me out of the way to get off this fucking plane, I am fighting you, bitch. You are a cunt. Don't do that. Yeah. It goes like this seat, this seat, this seat, this seat. Like, it is not hard. People who stand up and get in the aisle and they're like in row 35, shut the fuck up.
It's the same people that are lining up at the front and it's not even, they're probably all the waiting like boarding like 9. They're up at the front.
I hate it.
I hate that too.
I hate it. Our plane landed and this guy was just standing up. We weren't even we were still taxiing to the gate, and they were like, "Sir, you have to sit down. Yeah. For us to move the plane, you have to sit down." Yeah. And we've already been rerouted. We've already been delayed. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm 2 seconds away from being like, "Sir." Yeah. "Sir, sit down." And then they said it in Spanish. He didn't sit down. They said it in English. He didn't sit down. And I'm like, who speaks any other language?
Yeah, what the hell is he?
Like, I'm not mad at whatever language, but like, sit down.
But sit down. I hate that, especially. Yeah, no, especially because they're like the first one. They're literally all the way to the back, and they're the first ones out. And everything at the airport is all like so organized. Honestly, they're very organized. Obviously, because of safety and everything, and because it's so many people. So it's already all organized. It's just a matter of like people following the rules,
right? And respecting other people's space. Yeah. Like, I'm trying to get my luggage from the top compartment, and you're standing right behind me. I'm gonna smack you with it.
Yeah, that's what I hate. That's honestly what turns me off from traveling. And like I used to enjoy it a lot more, but I think now it's just, first of all, it gives me anxiety just to be at the airport. Like all of that, just being like a mess and just getting to the airport. It's always a lot of like chaos. So for me, it's just always a turn off. And then going into it, and then people that don't know how to behave themselves, like at airports, and everyone is. That's the thing. Everyone's selfish at the airport. Everyone is just trying to like.
They're trying to like get whatever they have to do, and it's fine, but.
But we all have to get somewhere, so we're all in the same boat. So what is it gonna?
And it's do? Like we're all gonna get on the plane. We are all gonna get on the plane,
not leaving,
and we are all gonna get off the plane. So like whether you're first or you're last, you're getting off. Like you're not gonna be stuck.
I am gonna say I hate bringing anything, like any kind of bags or anything that has to go up in the thing, because the compartment. Yeah. I just hate, because I already know it's already, people don't know how to behave. People always try to bring and put the most. I'm just not going to deal with it.
Especially I feel like I'm 50-50.
The aisles, I just don't want to. I'd rather bring a backpack with like, I usually bring my electronics in my backpack, put that under like my seat, and then everything else, I don't care. Like even if I bring like one that you can bring on, sometimes they'll offer for free. Even for free, like they'll do it.
I love checking a bag, but I hate waiting for it.
Okay, yeah.
So I feel like I'm 50-50, because a part of me is like, put it on the plane so I can get off the plane and go right to what I need to be doing. Yeah. But then the other part of me is like,
I don't want to deal with it.
I don't want to deal with it.
I'm one of those that doesn't want to deal with it, so I just rather them. And a lot of the times those come out to free, or sometimes they'll charge you. If they're charging, I'm not doing it. But if it's free,
but it's like, hey, if you want to check a bag for free, I'm running to the front.
I'm the first one there, because I'm not trying to deal, especially on the plane. The aisles, everything.
I feel like I haven't really, like, I've been checking bags no matter what. Yeah. But I feel like I want to start flying like semi-private. Yeah. Now, you know, they offer like the smaller planes and like.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of scared of that, especially with everything going on now. It's like,
I feel you, but also like I'm ready to pay for the convenience.
Yeah, or you know those that like you can pay like a yearly fee and like be a member.
Be a member. I think that would be a kind of. But like to pay the yearly fee is like $100,000.
Oh, is it? I thought it'd be like way cheaper. Like
I thought, and 5, I looked into one, and it was like 10.
Yeah. Oh no, that is a lot. I've seen yeah, I've seen some of like on my TikTok. Sometimes I'll get those like where people call in to get like a private plate. And so I could, my Delulu ass, I could see myself calling in to see like, hey, maybe it's gonna be 2,000, maybe. Hey. And then they come up with like some of the totals, like they're ridiculous, like 10,000, 20,000, 50. I'm like, oh
my God. Speaking of TikTok, did you see all the drama with Remi?
Oh my God, yes. I literally just watched some interviews yesterday.
Did you watch the full interview with Chloe?
No, I watched. I think was she on the Vile Files? I think. I don't know, but it was another one. I honestly didn't. I mean, I don't know much of her, but if I see her, I can recognize who she is.
Right.
What does she do? First of all, I don't.
I loved her because she was a plus size influencer, beauty queen. Loved her. But she would be like, oh, supposedly this is a size 14. Yeah. And like she can barely pull it up over her legs. Yeah. And then she'll try another size that's like almost the same and it fits. Or like she'll pose like the models, like the funny models that like free people that are like, and then, and so I loved it because she was giving body positivity, but also being so real about it and being like, that's what I saw. And everybody like, this outfit doesn't fit. Like I look like I'm wearing a moo-moo.
Like she did seem like a real, I guess from what I saw, like with the interview, like she looked like a real like person that was actually, advocating and like just pushing and.
And
like,
to me, in my mind, I saw her go through a breakup and then hit a glow up, and so and I was like, girl, yes, like get your glow up, like. Yeah. Your man broke your heart. Like, I felt so bad for her. And then, I don't know, I felt like she did kind of lose weight fast, but I saw her posting consistently. And I was like, but you know what? Like, she has money and access now to, like, better food and better trainers. Yeah. And I saw her going to Pilates and I saw her hitting the big gym. So I was like, oh, she did that. Like, she did that. Mm-hmm. Well, it turns out she goes on Khloe Kardashian's podcast.
That's literally where everything started.
And was like, no, actually, I had weight loss surgery. Yeah. And everyone was like, oh, but you were denying it. You were blocking people.
Yeah, the comments and everything.
No, she was blocking people's accounts for asking her if she had weight loss surgery. But then the moment you get on the Kardashians podcast, you're like, oh, actually, I had weight loss surgery. And it's like, okay, girl. Like, you could have said that from the jump. But then she came back, I think, and said something like, well, y'all never said the correct surgery that I had, so I denied
but that's also, she knows where she was trying to trick. Yeah, that's all kind of annoying.
Because somebody's like, oh, did you have bypass? And she's like, no. Did you have this? And she's like, no. But I'm like, but you had a weight loss surgery, so just say you did.
Right, and it's bypass, it's like similar to a lot of them, so she could have easily said, no, but I got something similar to it. Or like,
but I think it just goes along, like, with all the girls when TikTok was ending and they were like, oh, I was actually on Ozempic, or I was actually doing this, or I was actually doing that.
I saw a lot of those that were saying, oh, I actually was using. And I think it's, we're over those times. Like, I don't think people should even be judged for it. It's like, do what you want to do. I think this is where it literally comes, like, the phrase, like, don't talk about people's bodies, like, or nobody, you don't want to talk about people's bodies, whether they're big or small. It's just part of it. But I guess at the same time, if you're in that position as an influencer, I think if you would have gone through the surgery, whatever it was, she could have also gone and helped some people.
I know, like, give light to the community that trusts you to pick and buy clothes,
that's the thing.
Or the brands, or like whatever, like, are inspired by you.
Yeah, now like, that's gonna fuck her up because nobody's gonna trust what she's saying now. It's
nobody's
like,
gonna trust what she's saying.
Are you just doing it now for a buck? Like
I have literally gone to her like it's nowhere, or her page, to find clothes that she's worn because I'm like, oh, her body's kind of similar to mine. Yeah. Oh, I think, we could be comparable, whatever, like, yada, yada. But, no, I think you hit the nail on the head, too. I think women are so ugly to other women and trash other women for their bodies and their appearance, and I hate that.
I think that's what it's been. I think there's been a lot of that, especially when a lot of people, especially with the rise of, like, all the shots and all that. I think that people are very judgy, but then it's also, I was listening Trisha Paytas, I think she was saying that she was saying that it like once she gets skinny and all, like she's gonna be on all, like people are gonna be looking for her to be like on TV and stuff, because like usually that's when they'll come. But like if you already have a platform that is serving to the community that is going through the same things that you might be, right, you automatically lose like credibility there. Like nobody's gonna
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna trust whatever you say. And
Honestly,
Trisha Paytas was saying it like, she's like, now I can be in like one of those big like Netflix or Disney movies because I'll be skinny, because she's talking about doing the shots and stuff. She's like, now they're all gonna want me, and I'm gonna say no.
I think that's something that I low-key was not concerned about, but curious about now, because like I've said and I've mentioned, like I was wanting to get on the shot.
Yeah.
I you know, I qualify to like receive it or whatever with my PCOS and you know, things like that, and I've been the same consistent like stature my entire life. And I feel like I finally hit a point where I'm like, I can't. Like, I'm not, like, I literally will do anything and it just doesn't work. Yeah. So,
but you also have, like you said, like, you have other things that are pretty much going against, I have, like, that can't help
health
you.
issues and things like that. So,
it's like, it makes it even harder for you to lose the weight or be, like, where you want to be, just because it's, you have other stuff that you have to deal with. And it's, like, I'd rather, you know, also, I'd rather be healthy in another way, but, you know, it's different.
So, I got my first shot today.
Yes. How was it?
It was good. It was easy. It was quick. But
you've been so excited about it.
I know. I've been
because okay. I
cried about it.
This is one thing we should obviously maybe get into in a little bit. It's like our first 2 episodes dropped, and we watched them back, and we weren't happy. We didn't like a lot, but it's also, we want to be honest. You know, we like. Yeah, we didn't like some things. You know,
when they say the camera adds 10 pounds, I felt like the camera added like 50. I remember just crying and breaking down and being like, oh my God. Yeah. But then I was like, you know what? I love myself. I love myself. I'm beautiful. Mm-hmm. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. But I seriously wonder though if like people are gonna come out of the woodwork when I lose weight. Yeah. Or like if things are gonna change when I lose weight, and I'm gonna be like,
absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
So yeah, I think we kind of looked back at the episode and we definitely had some notes. We were kind of strict on ourselves too. We were kind of tough and said some shit, but I feel like we're also just like, this was never part of like the, you know, the podcast. It wasn't like we never planned to get, we're gonna be dolled up, we're gonna be doing all these things, but we obviously like to look good, especially on camera and stuff. We, you know, we obviously, we're humans, we all like to look good. We wanna feel good too, but I think we've been like in a different era that I think a lot of stuff is good in our lives, that, you know, we have just different opinions, but obviously we see things and we want to definitely work on things with ourselves. Like that's, I think, what we do every day. We want to work on ourselves, and this year specifically we've been doing that. So I think you, with that, like getting the shot and everything, that's like a good initiative. But you were so nervous, you were so excited, but you were also kind of nervous because like I think you also get into that kind of like, well, what are people might say, what might
I do
I didn't even think we were gonna bring it up, honestly. I was like, I don't know if we're gonna talk about this, especially anything like this. But it's important too. Like literally how we're just talking about that girl and saying she has a platform. And we have a platform and we wanna, you know.
I know. And I think what's so hard for me is, you know, when people are like, I wanna lose weight, and they're like, well, do it. And it's like, I'm fucking trying. Like, I'm going to yoga, I'm going to Pilates, I'm eating healthy, like I'm taking my vitamins and my supplements and my this and my that, and I try to be holistic as possible because of my PCOS and what it does and how I feel with my body. And I feel like I will be like a thinner version of me, but never like I keep saying like, oh my God. I'm getting nervous. But I'm always the same. Yeah. I might be a heavier me or a thinner me, but I'm always me.
Yeah, and I think that's I mean, that's literally part of like this podcast. Is literally our personalities and like what we bring to the table, what we talk. Like, we also have an audio version. You know, we have some listeners that just do the audio. Right. Like, I mean, it's just that, but we choose to also do it on video. Yeah. Because we want to.
Yeah, and I think it's also so crazy. Like, people will be like, yeah, like, you know, you're curvy, but like you wear it well. Yeah. And I'm like,
well, I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hate this phrase. I heard it from somebody recently. Not like just recently somebody said like there's always somebody there's always somebody for somebody, or like you'll always be somebody's taste, like something like that along, like there's somebody for everybody. I'm like, what are you trying to say, kind of thing. This person, it was just some stranger person.
See, I can't. Okay, let me devil's advocate that because I say that.
Yeah.
But I say that because
no, but it's different. Yeah, I get it.
I say it in a different way, and I do not talk about women. I do not say women are ugly. I do not talk about their bodies. Like, that is not me. And I try to be very a girl's girl and a godly girl at that. So I will say, like, they're beautiful to somebody. They're not my type. And I'm not saying like they're not beautiful to me. Like, everyone is beautiful, but like they are for somebody, but they are not for me. Meaning like they're not what I typically go for. But like to somebody else, that's a dime.
Different.
That's 100 out of 100. Like, that's a 10 out of 10. Like that is like that's you know.
I just did it. I get what you're saying, but you know, sometimes there's other things and I think it's also part of the context. But context, and it's who's coming from and all that. So I think I don't necessarily like those type of views, or like I don't know. It's just and one thing we've also at the beginning, I think we also, because at the beginning of the podcast we were like, oh my god, people are gonna say something, they're gonna be comments, is they're gonna be, and we have gotten some like ugly comments in the past too, and I guess they did affect us, maybe, or maybe I'm like, for me, I was like, I'm just gonna delete them so we don't have to see them. She doesn't have to see them. I don't have to see them. It's just better.
But I think also like you do that, so I don't ever know what they are.
Right. So I'm like, we just got some crazies
really know
what
they are.
Yeah, we just got some crazies.
I just think I'm very secure in who I am and what I am, and like, if somebody's gonna call me ugly, like, okay.
Your mama hoe?
No.
What do you mean? Like, I don't
know what to tell you. Like, you judging me says a lot more about you than me.
Exactly.
Like, I'm like, no.
I think that's what it means more. It reflects more on the other person and other people talking. So, I can kind of see that. So tonight we are definitely going out. What do we think? What can we expect for tonight? What do you think would be... I don't know. What can we look forward to? Do you think we'll have some good stories for the next podcast?
Okay, one of my favorite nights from summer was we were at the door, we went out, but then we ended up back at the door, and we were the girls, y'all were playing pool.
Yes.
And I was just using the pool stick like a microphone, and like
yeah.
And it was right before Heather left town. I think it was her going away party.
Oh, I was thinking the night we literally ended in some stranger's kitchen, all of us. Remember?
Whose kitchen?
With Michael and Cody and all those.
Yeah.
A random, literally, we had just met these people.
Oh, that was a good night too. See, so I'm hoping like that night meets that night that I was talking about.
I know which one. The one where we took we did like a little TikTok or something.
We did.
There's some pictures.
We took pictures in the parking lot. We had like a photo shoot. That was such a good time vibe.
That's how we know when we kind of feel it out. We kind of tell each other like what kind of night we want, and we always just say we want.
You have to manifest. You have to manifest your nights out.
We will literally say, "Do you want to end up in a stranger's kitchen at 4 in the morning,
or not?"
Or are we just going to karaoke? It's kind of like, we can do both.
We could do both. Do you think you're gonna run into anyone tonight?
Okay. Ooh, I got a story. I guess a little bit about this. So a few weeks ago, I went out with my friend, and I go to the same place I would see certain people. Yeah, certain people we've run into before. Right. Exes, everybody.
Yeah.
And I guess last time I went out, I didn't know about it, but I was talking to somebody that said that they saw me, and now I'm like paranoid. I'm like, I feel like now I have to
like look over your shoulder.
I have to scout the place first.
You have to take a lap everywhere you go.
Go into every bar, make sure we're clear,
right,
and then and then we go in with.
It almost makes me wish Gossip Girl was real, so we could just like look on the little map and like see where everyone is.
Yeah. I was
so
like,
cute.
I was kind of freaked out at that, and I was like, what did you see? What didn't you see? Because I was a hot mess that night too. So
yeah,
I really don't. I feel like there might be a chance, especially where we're going tonight. There could be a chance, but because we're now. What can I say? It's just no communication. Everyone's doing their own thing at this moment, so
everyone's vibing.
I don't expect anything from anybody.
Okay.
I haven't seen my other friend that we're going out with in like literally haven't seen you guys since February 1st when you went to my house. We're already in April basically. So
oh my
I
god!
seen you guys like all of
I
us
feel like
to
I've
hang out.
oh.
No, so it was that party since we all hung out.
Oh yeah.
So that was February 1st, and so
wow, that's so long
I
ago.
knew my people. I am ready to hang out.
I'm so ready to
get started and just kind of make it our night. Make it count because we also don't spire anymore.
I know.
We've retired.
We've retired.
We've retired a little bit,
but I'm ready to get back.
Yeah.
In the street.
Okay, so we're gonna be planning to be back. Please, you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys watch our last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
We want them to get up there. You know, our views. We want them to come out. We have some. You know, we're working with a couple of people in different things that definitely need you guys to put in some input. Make sure you guys are liking, and we want to look good for.
Plus, I have some really big fucking news to tell you.